Welcome YouTube world. This YouTube video I'm going to talk about how we use neuroplasticity to help our brains pay attention to our muscles. And then we will combine that on another video, with the deep breathing that we've been doing to do something called progressive muscle relaxation. But before we get there, I want to talk about how we can use neuroplasticity to become more in tune with our bodies. Really important for running. When you're out there running, hopefully you're paying attention, especially in races, but even when you're out on a low stress run. Remember, I talk about high stress workouts and low stress workouts, and instead of saying easy days easy, hard days hard, low stress days low stress, high stress days high stress. Most of your volume should be low stress so you don't blow up your body, cause this crazy inflammatory response. Is going to lead to all kinds of problems, whether it's sickness or inflammation in tendons and ligaments or pulled muscles and stuff. So, but we want our bodies to pay attention. Now here's an interesting thing that happens. You know, for those, I live in the northern climate, so we're climbing out of winter now. Outside it's sunny out. It's about 50 degrees today. I'm going to be able to do a high stress workout today in shorts. Oh, it's so nice not to run with 20 pounds of winter running gear on. But when we drive up here in the north and we get a snowstorm, we have this phrase called white knuckling it, right? We're driving and we all of a sudden notice we're just in a snowstorm. We can be all tense in our white knuckles, jaws can be clenched or whatever, right? And most of the time, we don't even know what's happening, right? We just all of a sudden notice it because the anxiousness, the tenseness slowly builds without us noticing, unless we pay attention to it, we train our brains, and get good at noticing it. When you're running in a race, you want to know, is my jaw tight? Are my shoulders tight? You know, is something tight that's going to make us less efficient? We want to be focused and intense and relaxed at the same time to be as fast as we can be. So what I want to propose to you is another exercise. You can refer to the videos on breathing, number 1 and number 2 videos on that, to practice the belly breathing. That's really efficient and to help lower the tenseness, the intensity, the stress in your life, and be better at dealing with anxiety, and also just be better at running because you're getting more oxygen in your body. Now we're going to combine that with paying attention to our muscles, making sure that we're able to relax, because when a muscle tightens, we can override it and tell it to loosen up. And the better we get at noticing when it just starts to tighten, the easier it is to counteract the process that's going on. So we want to be able to, in the long run, for example, instead of white knuckling it, as I have learned about this and practiced it in my own life when I'm driving in the snowstorm. For my job, I do a lot of driving. I have found that I am much better at going, oh, wait a minute. I'm starting to get a little, okay, loosen that up, okay. Oh, man, okay, no, let's shake it, You get better at it, and then you don't get to the white knuckle. You get better at recognizing anxiousness so you don't get to the panic attack in the first place. Doing this stuff after you're in your panic attack, after you're white knuckling, it's so much harder to come down because you're already ramped up. So this is what you do. You make your brain think about a muscle, any muscle in your body, and you tell that muscle to flex and then relax. Or muscle groups, flex and relax. I could do it here, flex and relax. And if you do that on a consistent basis, your brain, using neuroplasticity, will start building neural pathways between the brain and that muscle. It'll get more in tune with those muscles. Especially with anxiousness, the stomach muscles, they can get tightened up. You squeeze them and relax, and squeeze them and then relax. And your shoulders, maybe that's where it is. When you're not anxious, you practice. You raise them to the ceiling, let them down. Raise them to the ceiling, let them down, right? Flex the muscle, loosen the muscle. Do it on purpose, intentionally. Builds the neural pathway to that muscle. Okay? So, the next video that will be done will be called progressive muscle relaxation. We're going to take the information on breathing and muscle relaxation, or paying attention to muscles, to override the muscles for muscle relaxation and into progressive muscle relaxation. You can find other YouTube videos on progressive muscle relaxation. People do it in different ways. I'm going to share what I do when I work with my clients. Again, this is not therapy. This is a tool. This is education. This is a relaxation technique. And again, if you do it consistently, frequently, you'll get better at doing it. And it'll be easier to do. And by the way, for those, we're going to talk about sleep in the future. If sleep is difficult, right? Please don't. There's no magic pill to fix things. We have pills that medicate things. Sometimes the pills actually cause more problems than solve. But the real goal is to say, I want to be able to sleep without a sleep aid. That's normal, natural sleep. That's the best kind of sleep for us. Well, progressive muscle relaxation is a good way to a step in that direction. Not pixie dust, isn't going to solve all the problems. It's just one piece of the puzzle. So tune in to the progressive muscle relaxation for that exercise, and we'll see you then. Until then, be good to yourself, cut yourself some slack, be good to others, and cut them some slack. Remember that there's a difference between intention and impact. I heard a wonderful saying. I wish I could remember who said it so I could give them credit. This is not my saying. We judge ourselves by our intentions. We judge others by their impact. And that gets us into trouble. We seldom intend to cause problem for somebody else or offend somebody else. It doesn't matter if we don't intend that. If we have the impact of that, own it. Own the impact, make a repair, and move forward. So, be good to yourself, cut yourself some slack. Good to other people, cut themselves some slack, and run with joy today.